everyone, it's Stori here, and welcome to RP Weekly. So I just want to make a sort of announcement that within the next, I'm going to give myself a month or so, I'm planning on making a tutorial guide again once more about role-playing. I know I already have a couple of videos up about it, but they're very outdated. I mean, I can't believe how long ago I made them. Time doesn't really exist anymore in my life, but I would like to make another video, and there'll be more in that, I think, possibly in a separate video. We'll figure that out as we go. It is episode 27. I just want to give a thank you to the replies and the messages that I got after the last video, after spending 2 weeks taking a break. It's good to be back, and I'm glad that you guys are glad that I'm back. So we're just going to jump right into Tasks Weekly is on their 20th task, and it started December 3rd, which was this Saturday, or yesterday, and it is International Day of Persons with Disabilities. Dribbles Weekly also had a new task this past week. It was task number 5, and it was Memories. So first up, I have Edgar Allen Poe characters. I think it would be amazing to see, well, first of all, Edgar Allan Poe is one of my favorite writers and poets. And he has such creative characters and different themes, not just the typical, sad, emotional darkness. His Southern Gothic vibe is fantastic, and I would love to see either a roleplay that has characters that are inspired by those specific characters, or just maybe different tales. Have characters that are, I know labels are a thing now in roleplays, and taking labels but having them be Edgar Allan Poe themed would be pretty cool. So I'm going to give this one 4 corgis. Witches and warlocks. But think about how they have familiars. At least in American culture of witches in the past, if you look back to Sabrina the Teenage Witch or Charmed, pop culture-wise, witches and warlocks tend to have familiars, which are animals that are bound to them and guide them, and there's a whole mythology around it. And I think it'd be really cool to have a roleplay that brought that to play in some way. So I'm going to stop rhyming, and I'm going to give witches and warlocks with familiars 3 corgis. And finally, for RP Wishlist this week, I have Pokemon Sun and Moon. And they just came out, and I know I've already seen some indie blogs popping up about characters from those games. So obviously, group roleplays around Pokemon Sun and Moon. Why not? And I'm going to give that 5 corgis. First up, I have Karen David, and she is a British-Canadian actress and singer. She is Jewish Indian and Chinese ethnicity. Daniela Pineda, and she is a Mexican-American actress, mostly known for her role as Sophie Devereaux from the originals. So first up, I have YouTubers with disabilities, and this is a blog that is all about what it says, YouTubers with disabilities of some kind. So there's just posts about different YouTubers with links to their channels, as well as information about them, the people and what disability that they're living with. So it's a great resource to use if you're looking for some underused face claims. And this next one, they've actually been around since 2015, March 2015, and I honestly can say I don't know why I haven't included them up until this point. Maybe, but here we are with Eternal Roleplay. They have a ton of resources available, as well as a great list of things that they do. And they also have actually their own face claim directory that you can browse through. Postbellum, and this is a Harry Potter roleplay that is set 3 months after the end of the second Wizarding World. It is set at Hogwarts, and Hogwarts has been reopened with McGonagall as headmistress. Their clubs page is actually pretty cool to look at. It's different than just a typical page with a list. They also have an After the War page, which gives you information on kind of the climate of the plot, as well as what characters have been honored with an Order of Merlin, which characters are either on trial in Azkaban or have been excused from past discretions. Nephalia HQ. It's set on an island called Nephalia, and a cloud nymph named Nephele resides there as well. The plot is centered around a group of students from Westland Prep, and they all go to visit one summer this island, And after a few weeks, a few of them don't actually want to leave. They want to find a way to stay. There's plenty of information on the blog about the history of the island, as well as the mythology around Nephili, as well as the people who are born there. Beasts HQ, this is a semi-Apples OC roleplay that is inspired by the American web show RWBY. So creatures have evolved much quicker than people would assume of them, and the government has decided to start training groups of people to go out and hunt and defend themselves against said creatures. So the roleplay itself is set at West Creek Academy. Humans have actually evolved as well, and some of them now have superhuman abilities. And so they are sent to this school, and there they are divvied up into teams of 4, and they are trained to defend themselves. And for indie blogs this week, I have Coercive Flows, and this is a selective Gladion from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Anything can happen now, and they have multiple original characters that you can interact with. And finally, for notable blogs this week, I have Keeper of the Liars, and this is a fandomless OC character with Indiana Evans as a face claim. So the goodie bag this week has a nice variety of things in it. There are a couple themes. There's some gift hunts. There's Zoe Deutsch icons. What else? There's a basic guide to feminism, and it's really cool to look at. It's one of the cool modern graphics, but also very informational. And there's also this really cool wishlist template, which I want to find a reason to use it. As always, all the links are down below in the description. Please leave a like, subscribe. If you like what I'm doing here, please, please, please let me know. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, Tumblr, or Twitter. If you have any recommendations for me, always, always send them in. I would love to hear what you guys have to say, what you guys want to share with me. Definitely do that. So have a great beginning of week, end of week, whatever time zone you're in. My name is Stori, and I will see you next week on RP Weekly.